Mr. Bucci, is there anything you can say at this point?
He didn't feel like answering questions. Dino Bucci, Macomb Township trustee, accused of extortion, running from our cameras tonight.
A post in poor taste. Why this Instagram picture has a student apologizing and her school investigating.
But first, from uptown to downtown, the Pistons could be on the move back into the Motor City. Topping our news tonight at 11, it has been talked about, of course, for quite some time now, but the Detroit Pistons are poised to perhaps return to Detroit on Woodward Avenue.
And tonight, we're learning the Pistons could be leaving the Palace of Auburn Hills for some roommates at Little Caesars Arena.
Jermont Terry following the story for us. Jermont, still some work to be done here, but it feels like things are getting very close.
Yeah, that's very true, Devin. You know, the lights are shining bright for the construction crew behind me, but when this arena is all done along Woodward Avenue, it will likely have host 2 home teams. And we knew that the Red Wings were coming here, but sources say on top of the ice, we can expect a hardwood floor, which means the Detroit Pistons could be coming home. On a chilly night in October, people are hoping the rain doesn't freeze. But hearing that the Pistons might move into the Little Caesars Arena has people thinking hell must have frozen over.
It's going to be in the Little Caesars Arena. Right. Oh, I didn't know that.
This deal is not finalized, but Local 4 has learned there are just a few loose ends to finalize this major deal. We've learned the construction company involved in the project was ordered to make changes to the blueprint. Those changes include making room for additional locker room space and some ground floor seating to accommodate what could be the Detroit Pistons' trek back down 75 to downtown.
Blown away. They've been talking about it. I've heard rumors, and to hear that it's actually true is amazing.
Chase London has watched in amazement by what's sprouting up on Woodward.
I mean, I live a block away.
From his apartment, we can see everything starting, and it's so exciting to be right there.
But many were only expecting to catch a hockey game or maybe a concert.
When's it going to happen? 2 years?
Local 4 sources say if the deal goes through, the Pistons will in fact open their next season in downtown. So this will be their last year at the Palace.
It's a hike out to the Palace right now, and it's easy if you're downtown. You got the Wings down here now, you got Tigers, you got Lions, and if you get Pistons down here too, it's going to make it that much better.
So just imagine having all 4 teams within a 4-block radius here in downtown. If this deal is finalized, that could be the reality. Reporting live in downtown, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
It really is a stunner to have them all concentrated that way. Jermont, are we getting any comment yet from either the city or the Pistons? It probably doesn't pay for them to say much if they don't have everything done.
Well, exactly. No comment from the mayor's office here in Detroit or the Pistons, but we did hear from the Oakland County executive. I want to give you a quick statement that he gave me quickly. He said, quote, "I have no comment if it's their call, but I would love to have them stay here. But whatever they do, I wish them well." That's coming from Brooks Patterson, the Oakland County executive. He's the only one commenting tonight, but we'll see what happens with this deal.
Of course, we learned this week that Oakland County passed up the chance to buy the Palace, so there's still a lot of questions about what happens there. But all right, we'll see what happens here in these next couple of days to come. All right, Jermont. Kim?
Tonight, plenty of political theater, elected officials running from the camera, and an FBI probe into dirty politics in Macomb. It's already netted a Macomb Township trustee and a Clinton Township trustee. Now another Macomb Township trustee is being accused of extortion civilly, but not by the feds. It makes for a very interesting night for our Mara McDonald. She's live in Macomb Township with more on this story, Mara.
Good evening to you, Kim, and you're right, a very interesting night. What we saw here was an intersection between really hardball Macomb County politics and a federal probe, and it was ugly. Take a look. Mr. Bucci, is there anything you can say at this point? Macomb Township trustee Dino Bucci wouldn't answer questions tonight and said nothing about the civil lawsuit filed against him by a township contractor alleging Bucci tried to shake them down for $75,000. While Bucci is facing that, the feds busted fellow trustee Cliff Freitas yesterday for shaking down Rizzo Environmental Services for bribes. Freitas was a no-show tonight.
The purpose of my comments is to assure the public that the township will fully cooperate with the FBI and any other legal authorities.
Township Supervisor Janet Dunn addressed the issue right off at the top of tonight's meeting, but the man she defeated in the primary for the supervisor spot rallied his supporters who packed Township Hall demanding everybody resign.
Now the questions on the residents' mind is, where truly is the leadership in Macomb Township?
And hurling insults at the board members, one comparing Bucci to Saddam Hussein.
I was intimidated by Dino Bucci. He twisted my arm 3 years ago.
Bucci was a particular target.
Come on, Bucci.
While Bucci said nothing, fellow trustees did make comments.
I condemn in the strongest terms any public official who abuses the public trust.
But nobody wanted to answer questions. Supervisor Dunn brushed by our cameras with nothing to say. Back here live, I spoke to Bucci before the meeting started this evening. He told me he was anticipating making a statement during tonight's meeting. Why he opted to do that at the last minute is, as of right now, unclear. We are live in Macomb Township. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Story. All right, Mara. Former Detroit City Council President Charles Pugh is going to spend at least the next 5.5 years in prison after having sex with an underage intern. It was a crime that happened back in 2003 and 2004. That was actually before he was on city council, when he was a television news reporter. Today, Pugh appeared in court and pleaded guilty to criminal sexual conduct with a teenager. He could end up serving up to 15 years in prison.
Customers tackled a teen using counterfeit cash inside a Livonia store. The 17-year-old tried to use the fake bills to buy a gift card. When the clerk questioned him, he grabbed the clerk's wallet and ran off. But he dropped his own wallet during the getaway. And when he went back to get it, customers jumped on top of him and held him down until police got there.
Strange story. It wasn't after the cash or the gifts, but a thief managed to ruin a couple's wedding by going after part of their wedding cake. The man crashed the wedding at a Livonia banquet hall in August, seen here chatting up some guests, ordering drinks, and then, rather discreetly, stealing the couple's Disney-themed cake topper and sticking it in his pocket. He has been arrested now and charged with larceny. No word yet as to why he wanted a cake topper in the first place.
How bizarre.
Strange one. Haven't seen that one before. They go in for a wash. They come out with a surprise. The new feature in some vehicles that's causing crashes at the car wash.
And a behind-the-scenes look at a popular fast food restaurant goes viral, and it also gets several employees fired. What they were doing on camera that cost them their jobs. Hi there, Ben.
Hey, Kim, we have said goodbye to the snowflakes that are out there, but we still got some rain to go. In fact, a few remaining drops as we get started in the morning. Numbers not going to top this by much. We'll look at some chilly highs in your 4-zone forecast coming up.
What really happens to your heart inside a haunted house? Well, I'm wired up and ready to find out. Come along with me as the ghosts and zombies do their best to put a fright in my night.
Coming up tomorrow on Local 4 News today, as we cool off, have you fired up that furnace yet?
Don't find yourself burning up your bank account later with some easy and avoidable problems. At 5:50, we're going to tell you the $20 purchase that you'll want to make now and why foiled tape will help you save some cash.
Plus, we'll get you out of the door with weather and traffic always on the 4s. Join us tomorrow from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
We'll see you in the morning.
Have you ever wondered what's happening to your heart when you're scared? Or say, going through a haunted house?
I've seen 5-year-olds make it through the haunted house. I've seen 25-year-olds pee themselves and faint.
In good health tonight, Dr. Frank McGeorge decided the easiest way to find out was to connect to a heart monitor and go through one of the scariest haunted attractions in Metro Detroit.
And now he's here to share the experience to see if it is as pulse-pounding as most people imagine, Doc.
Well, Devin and Kimberly, you know, I was really curious how much a haunted house would get my heart racing compared to other things in my day, like driving in traffic or being on live TV. So I had myself hooked up to a continuous heart monitor to measure my pulse through the day, and the results were interesting. Okay, that was good. Okay, so that got my heart rate up. That was good. Not everyone likes a good scare. The tense feeling, anxiety, and, oh yeah, the pounding pulse. So generally, I don't scare easily, and I'm certainly not easy to gross out, having seen the real thing in the ER. But to be fair, I've never been in the Erebus haunted house with a heart monitor where they keep track of the wimps and the wetters. Edward Charibas runs the famous Erebus Haunted House in Pontiac, and he's seen it all.
We average about 500 people that chicken out a year. We average about 75 people. We call them wetters, pukers, and fainters, but 78, it's probably 98%, wetters. That's full-on wet.
Right this way!
No doubt, wetting your pants is embarrassing, and for the record, I didn't wet my pants. But experiencing a heart problem is far more serious.
A lot of people, when they scare easily, have what's called vasovagal spells, where their heart can slow and they can actually pass out from it.
Dr. Salim Ahmed is a Beaumont cardiologist. Vasovagal episodes can happen to healthy young people and don't necessarily mean anything is wrong.
Almost got an F-bomb on that one.
Not knowing what to expect is part of the fun, really.
And part of that fun is the adrenaline rush, causing your heart rate to increase, which is generally very safe. As I went through camera in hand for a night vision view, there was plenty of fun and adrenaline. I can still feel my heart racing. We just finished with Erebus. We're going to have to download the data and see what my heart is really doing. I sat down with Dr. Ahmed to review the heart recording from my day, including the time in the haunted house.
So here's where we see when we hooked you up, you're going along in around 70 beats a minute in normal rhythm. Yeah, your lowest, you actually got down to into the 50s.
You could tell when I was frustrated by traffic. Thanks to I-75, my heart rate stayed in the high 70s for a while. And being on live television,
more of a jump, around 535.
Which I was on air, actually. But when it came time to go into the haunted house, there was a more noticeable jump.
Here's your maximum heart rate, you got up to 108 beats a minute for a little bit. That's normal physiology, that when you're scared or amped up, your heart rate increases. And getting into the hundreds is very normal.
Right. Although there was a change, I fared pretty well.
So I was expecting you to have your heart rate go up. That was a scary house we went through. So either you weren't very scared or you're in very good shape and your heart rate stays low.
But not everyone is healthy.
Someone that has an abnormal heart condition, are those signs that say, hey, be careful, warranted?
Yeah, absolutely. Someone who's prone to dangerous arrhythmias, who's prone to uncomfortable bouts of arrhythmias, and a haunted house like this could certainly trigger that.
So if your idea of a good time isn't being buried alive, maybe you should sit it out.
Special thanks to Erebus Haunted House for their hospitality, I guess. Now here's the lesson. Going to a haunted house is fun and it will increase your heart rate. But if you have heart problems or you have any significant amount of caffeine or stimulants on board or even alcohol, it is possible to increase your heart rate to a point that it could be more unpleasant than fun.
So no drinking before you go into the haunted house.
Well, that would be my recommendation, I guess.
I'm tempted to say you're like Hannibal Lecter and that you're just comfortable with horrible things.
True. Things don't gross you out.
But I think that your approach to this, you do find all this fun rather than horrifying.
And that's exactly it. I think if you enjoy it, it's something that will enhance your experience a little differently than if you're horrified by it. That's going to be a different experience altogether.
Interesting experiment.
You're
yeah, it's
not
cool.
scared by much, I'm sure. All right. Thank you, Doc. Now here's a look at what Defender Kevin Dietz is working on for tomorrow at 11.
A pastor with a controversial plan to put local police officers in the same room with angry residents to talk about racial bias.
It's ease in our community, and we cannot heal unless we're willing to be honest and not defensive.
The result? Fireworks, real raw emotions that put many on edge.
I said, I know how to stop white policemen from killing black men and boys.
And lands one police officer in an internal investigation. The Defenders tomorrow night at 11.
Here comes Ben, and I know you got to be more excited about Halloween than ever now that you know that the haunted houses are keeping track of the wetters.
The wetters,
The
yeah.
wetters.
25 of them.
It's a thing.
Nice to know Dr. McGeorge stayed dry.
He was fine.
Ding. Wow. It was good to go through a day like today because we got just a little taste of winter.
Okay.
And now when we get the real thing in here, it won't be.
Oh, this is easing us into it?
I think so. It's
okay.
So what do they call it? Sensation.
Whatever blows your hair back.
That's
If
your
that
story.
works for you, I don't know.
Okay.
Well, you know what? At least we've all gone to rain now. The only place that we may be seeing a couple flakes is well up there in Sanilac County. You can see that little burst of blue that just showed up there, that's shrinking back. So maybe a couple flakes mixed in with the rain, but generally this is going to be all liquid going forward, and it's going to lighten up as well. kind of an eerie shot downtown as the cold air is out there and temperatures 44 at Metro. We've got rain and we've also got a wind chill. East wind at 9, making it feel more like 39 out there instead of at 44. So, yeah, we are sort of easing us into it because temperatures are going to go up as we get into the weekend. In fact, we're looking at 60s by Saturday afternoon. We'll get there in a minute, but we're at 44 right now. A lot of 30s still holding pat across the state, especially in the UP and northern lower. But we will see, I think, some of these areas that were in the 30s start rising as we head towards daybreak. Marilyn says no accumulation, question mark, as she shows us the snow that was sitting on the patios and the deck railings out there. Probably good to point out when we talk about accumulation, we're talking about on the ground, on these elevated surfaces where the temperature is cooler, a little bit tougher to forecast whether or not the snow is going to sit there, but it did in a lot of cases. In fact, we were getting reports up around Lapeer County that there may have been as much as 1 to 2 inches of snow on some of those elevated surfaces earlier this evening. But as far as what's to come tonight, the rain is going to lighten up, mostly going to about drizzles. We head towards daybreak tomorrow. And Thursday, we're looking at a mainly dry day. We may see a couple sprinkles coming off the lake out of the thumb in our north zone, but generally, most of us are going to be cloudy, dry, and cold, too. We're going to go from low temperatures tonight. We're going to be around 43, a couple of those periods of rain that are going to be light, to high temperatures tomorrow that are only going to move about 5 degrees or so as we get into the afternoon. So about 48 is what we're calling for in Detroit. Some of those numbers down in our south zone tomorrow, not a whole lot different, even cooler down here in Lapeer, or I should say in Lenawee County, where we get the mid 40s. Same goes out here in the west zone. 44 looks like the magic number there, and north of M59, we're looking at temperatures anywhere from 42 in Sandusky to about 44 in Richmond. Macomb Townships, you should be checking in at 45 tomorrow afternoon. And then we start getting warmer. 57 on Friday, 63 for the big game on Saturday. And we'll match that temperature for Halloween and with a lot of sunshine on Monday, too. So that's looking like the pick day of the next 7. Here's today's little pumpkins. Look at this. Yes, not all superheroes wear capes or masks. This is Roman. He is 3 weeks old.
Oh, goodness.
First Halloween for sure.
He's got Spider-Man, Captain America, and some other
Flash, would that be Hulk,
Hulk
on the left?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's Hulk.
Hulk looks a little young. That's why I didn't recognize
It's a young
him.
Hulk.
What a great picture.
Yes,
So
beautiful
cute.
picture. Still got a couple more
Precious.
days, so send us those pics on Facebook.
We love them.
All right, Ben. A real diner dash. What happens when a deer joins the breakfast crowd at a restaurant? Hello.
Well, they joked about corporate seeing the video, and they did, and they're not laughing about it. What these fast food workers are doing in this Facebook Live that cost some of them their jobs.
Several employees are out of jobs tonight after doing a Facebook Live during their shift at a Philadelphia Checkers, in which they talk about spitting on the food and not wearing gloves while preparing it.
I'm about to wash the floor with these buns. I make this bare hands, man. I scratch my head and make a burger.
Video also shows the man lighting a cigarette in the kitchen. The employees ended up saying this video was all a joke. Checkers management failed to see the humor in it. All the employees were fired, and the restaurant was shut down so that it could be sanitized and re-inspected.
A Michigan State student is facing national headlines for all the wrong reasons. She's posted a racist, or what some think or call a racist, Instagram photo mocking a high school athlete. The photo shows the college student posing with someone in a gorilla costume at a high school football game, and the caption says, quote, "Gotta pick with Dow's kicker." Midland Dow is a high school, and their football team's star kicker is a black teenage girl. There's a picture of her there. The poster has since apologized, but Michigan State University says it's looking into the matter and what happened.
Well, cars with semi-autonomous features, things like self-braking, don't seem to be up to the challenge when faced with spinning bristles and power dryers. According to a car shopping website, 14 self-braking models have mistakenly hit the brakes while going through a car wash, and that has resulted in collisions. These vehicles are made by a range of automakers from Chrysler to Volvo. Auto braking is supposed to cut rear-end collisions by 40%, but the statistic may not count in the car wash.
Oh, my goodness.
Not quite ready for every condition yet.
You're right.
Well, people sitting down to enjoy breakfast at an Indiana diner were disrupted by a deer.
It crashed through a window, slamming into tables and chairs, then nearly collides with a woman running toward the entrance. The deer keeps going, smashing through another window on the way out. Luckily, nobody was hurt in this dine and dash. And I'm wondering if the deer was upset about that new venison sandwich
At
that
the
they got at
Arby's.
Arby's.
See, that's what we thought. We thought it was at an Arby's, but it wasn't.
He's upset.
Hey, is that my uncle? You enjoying?
Hey.